Hello and welcome to our video on the science faculty options at Key Stage 4. I'm Mrs Morgan, and if you have any questions relating to any of the information in this video or any questions about science in general, please feel free to email me at janemorgan@kingsmoncton.org.uk. Science is compulsory at Key Stage 4, so you will have to do science at Key Stage 4, but there are three different options that we can do. You can do triple award GCSE, double award GCSE, or BTEC Principles of Applied Science. Contrary to some people's belief, you still have to do all three sciences. So you can't drop one of the sciences. You can't choose to do chemistry and physics and drop biology, for example. Whichever course you choose, whether it be triple award, double award, or the Principles of Applied Science, in each of those subjects, in each of those courses, you will cover a little bit of biology, chemistry, and physics. So there's no way of getting out of one of them. If you do triple award science, you do three separate science qualifications: biology GCSE, chemistry GCSE, and physics GCSE. The three GCSEs are separate, and you will end up with three separate grades. So you could get a biology GCSE grade of an A, B in chemistry GCSE, and an A star in physics GCSE. They would all be three separate GCSEs. If you do triple award science in biology, you do two exams, one at the end of year 10 and one at the end of year 11. Each of these exams is an hour and 45 minutes long and worth 45%. The first unit, which is done in year 10 and taken at the end of year 10, is cells, organ systems and ecosystems. It's worth 45% of the qualification. Unit 2, which is done in year 11 and the exam at the end of year 11, variation and homeostasis. And finally, unit 3 is a practical assessment. And that practical assessment is common across the three sciences. It's worth 10% of the qualification, and it's completed in January and February of year 11. In the practical assessment, the practical exam is set by WJC, and we have it in two parts. The first part is where you carry out the practical, do a results table, maybe a risk assessment or look at variables. And the second part, normally done on a different day, is a written paper where you're analysing those results, maybe drawing graphs, writing conclusions, looking at data, and so on. Chemistry GCSE is very similar in its organisation to biology. The first unit, chemical substances, reactions, and essential resources, is also worth 45% of the qualification, with an exam at the end of year 10. And then unit 2, chemical bonding, application of chemical reactions and organic chemistry, is in year 11. Just as in biology, there's a practical assessment worth 10% in January and February of year 11. Physics GCSE follows a very similar route as well. So the first exam, electricity, energy and waves, is an hour and 45 minutes long, and the exam is at the end of year 10. In year 11, you then do unit 2, which is forces, space and radioactivity. That again has an hour and 45-minute exam with 45% of the qualification, and the exam is at the end of year 11. Similarly to biology and chemistry, there's a practical exam with 10% with the two sections, the practical section on one day and then the data analysis section on the second day. This is in January or February of year 11. If you do double award science GCSE, you end up with two science GCSEs, and you end up with two grades. So for example, you could have double award science A star, or double award science AB, double award science CC. And this is worked out over these 7 units, which I'll explain in a moment. In double award science, you still need to do lessons and exams in biology, chemistry and physics. So in year 10, you would do biology 1, chemistry 1 and physics 1. These exams are completed at the end of year 10, and each one is worth 15% of the qualification. Each exam is an hour and 15 minutes long. In Year 11, you then do Biology 2, Chemistry 2 and Physics 2. Again, these are worth 15% each and are taken at the end of Year 11. Unit 7 is a practical assessment and it's worth 10% of the qualification. It's similar to the practical assessments I talked about when I talked about triple award science. But in double award science, you only need to do 2 of the sciences. So you only need to do 2 practicals. So you might choose to do the biology and chemistry or the chemistry and physics or whatever. But that's in the January or February of Year 11. This shows you how we can work out, or how WJC work out your grade in double award science. So you can see that the units 1 to 6 have got a maximum number of marks of 120. Then you'll get given your UMS grade, your UMS mark, and then in unit 7, the practical exam is out of 80. Your 7 marks are added up together, and then here it tells you which grade you would relate to. On the screen now, you can see the units that you do in biology. Unit 1 is what you do in Year 10, and Unit 2 is what you do in Year 11. On the screen now, you can see the units we do in chemistry and in double award chemistry. In blue are the units that you do in double award, and in red are the units that you do, the additional units that you do in triple award. So in triple award, you would do all of the blue units plus the red units, but in double award, you would just do the blue units. Similarly, here are the units for physics and double award physics. In blue, I've put the units that you would do in double award, and in red, I've put the units that you would do as an addition in triple. So in Year 10 in physics, everybody completes electric circuits, generating electricity, making use of electricity, domestic electricity, and features of waves. And then if you're doing triple award, you also do the 4 additional units: total internal reflection, seismic waves, kinetic theory, and electromagnetism. In Year 11 in physics, everybody would do distance, speed, and acceleration, Newton's laws, working energy, stars and planets, types of radiation, and half-life. And the triple award people would also do the additional units: further motion concepts, the universe, nuclear decay, and nuclear energy. There are lots of revision material and help for science GCSEs. One of the good things that you can use is something called the Bangor University Revision Guides. We make sure that these are always put on our Google Classrooms. And there's also apps and different things that you can download as well. In GCSE Sciences, we give you a checklist for every topic so that you know what needs to be covered in each topic. This could effectively be your revision list for each topic. Here are just a few of the textbooks and revision guides that are available for GCSE Sciences. These are the physics ones that I've put up on here. The final option for our Key Stage 4 pathways is the Principles of Applied Science BTEC. Principles of Applied Science BTEC is a different way of assessing. So whereas the GCSEs all involved lots of exams, the Principles of Applied Science BTEC doesn't involve as many exams. So in Principles of Applied Science, you have one exam, which is Principles of Applied Science exam, in Year 11, normally in March or in June. Then you do Units 2, 3 and 4. Unit 2 is our chemistry unit, Chemistry and Our Earth. Unit 3 is Energy and Our Environment, which is the physics unit. And Unit 4 is the biology unit, Biology and Our Environment. Units 2, 3 and 4 are internally assessed. Your teacher would teach you the science that you need, and then there are assignments that you need to complete in school. These assignments are then internally assessed by your teacher, internally verified within the school, and externally verified by external verifiers outside school. Here are some of the resources that you could use for the BTEC Science exam, which is taken in the March or June of Year 11. Units 2, 3 and 4 are the internally assessed units, and all the resources that you need for those will be provided by your science teacher. Thank you for listening to our presentation on our Key Stage 4 Science Pathways. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is on the screen now. Thank you. Goodbye.